Michigan. Myra, we're going to send you something real nice, so stand by.
A couple of weeks ago, I got the opportunity to sit down with Governor Mitt Romney and his wife Ann at their ranch, where I talked candidly with Ann about her battles with multiple sclerosis and breast cancer. Well, now the governor has an upcoming book tour to kick off at the beginning of March, and I asked him if his book titled No Apology, The Case for American Greatness, is a direct swipe at President Obama.
No, it's much broader than that. Of course, I've been dismayed by the apology tour the president has had going around the world apologizing for America. But my book is much, much broader because it talks about what America faces, the challenges that we have, and the fact that it's critical for us to recognize that it's important for America to be strong, to be the leader of the world. We protect freedom for many, many people and for ourselves, and we provide prosperity for ourselves and for others. So this is saying, look, don't apologize for America being strong.
Many people would say that the change that we've encountered in the last year that Barack Obama promised is now change that they don't like. Do you agree with that?
Oh, I do agree with that. I think the American people recognize that Barack Obama has taken us in a direction which has not made America stronger or more prosperous or more free. He's weakened America. And that's a course which Americans immediately recognize as the wrong way to go. They want to see a stronger economy, strong values, better schools, good health care, not run by the government, but health care that's more like the consumer-driven markets that exist in the rest of our economy. Yeah, what he's done in America has not been popular.
As governor of Massachusetts, you installed universal health care. Now many people are looking back at your plan and comparing it to health care for the nation. Would you change anything about the plan that you instituted in Massachusetts today?
Oh, sure. As a matter of fact, I would have changed a number of things at the time it was passed. I vetoed a number of sections of the bill that the legislature put in that I didn't like. Nevertheless, it works for the state. It's better than what we had before. And perhaps most importantly, we solved our health care problems at the state level. That's where it should be done. Not a federal government one-size-fits-all program.
Are you surprised that just 1 year after President Barack Obama was elected, that his approval rating has dropped to below 50% in some of the polls?
You know, I had higher hopes for him. I knew he was a smart individual. I thought that he would learn that governing from the middle was the right way to go, as President Clinton learned in his second term. But he's made a lot of the mistakes that ideologues often do, which is thinking that everybody in the country voted for their extreme agenda.
So what do Republicans need to do then to take advantage of his poll numbers going down, at least for the moment? Because a lot of people would argue that the Republican Party is fractured right now. We've had this Tea Party movement and talk of third-party candidates.
Frankly, I think we're more successful if we come united. If we splinter the conservative movement among various parties, why divide and fail would be the outcome.
Do you think Sarah Palin will do that? Do you think she will form a third party?
I don't know what her plans are, but my expectation is that she'll stay in the Republican Party. Look, she's a great, energizing member of the party. She has good ideas that have galvanized a lot of support for the party, and she's a welcome addition.
As you know, her book tour just ended, and I had the opportunity to meet up with her when she was down in Florida. She gets big crowds. She's sold hundreds and thousands of books. Does that intimidate you as you go out on your book tour?
Oh, no, not at all. It's great. That's terrific news. I'm glad to see people are buying books from conservatives.
And so while you're writing your book, are you also thinking in your head, this is something I might want to do again in my life, run for president?
You know, you really don't think about that until the time comes when you need to make a decision. It's always a possibility, and you keep the options open, but you concentrate on the task ahead. For me, that's trying to get some good people elected in 2010, and then I know once that's done, the next item on the agenda is what's 2012 going to be, and I'll give that some thought and make the decision then.
Do you think that if you ran again for any political office, that being a Mormon would be a political liability?
You know, I think it's a liability for some and an advantage for others. For some people, they look and say, I like having an individual who's a person of faith. For some people, it may be a liability if they feel it's a faith that they're not familiar with. But I frankly think for most Americans, they don't judge a candidate by what church they go to. They judge the candidate by the things they believe, their positions on issues, their capabilities, their skills.
And I was discussing with Ann some of the
things that catch on. Like, for example, people said, oh, well, Mitt Romney just is too perfect. He's too well put together. His hair is always in place. And somehow that suddenly became a negative. Was that surprising to you?
Yeah, after growing up in a household with 5 boys and
always
an
at
aunt there, no one has ever suggested I'm too perfect. So that was...
well, your hair, for example.
Yeah, if you put enough glue, everybody's hair can be perfect. It just grows in the wrong direction. It grows down the middle of my face unless I stick it back there.
So if you run for president again, we shouldn't expect to see a different hairdo?
I'm not planning on a different hairdo for any purpose.
Wow. Fox News alert, his hair will remain the same if he decides to run for president, which you heard he will decide after the 2010 midterm elections. And the last time around, guys, they got the whole family together. They have a lot of kids and a lot of grandkids, and they made a family decision. And that's how they say they will do it again this time.